Hey, vcehealth students. My name's Andy. I'm a VC Health and Human Development teacher, and welcome to a new era of Health Resources Hub videos. If you've been with us for a while now, you'll know that we've been producing videos for quite a while now, and they were all for the 2018 to 2024 HHD study design. But as you may be aware, there is a new Health and Human Development study design for 2025 to 2029. And so we've got a whole range of new videos that will be coming out in the near future for the new HHD study design. And if you have seen some of our previous videos, you'll probably notice that they have a bit of a different look to the videos that you're looking at now. And there is a reason for that. I wanted it to be really easy for students to distinguish when they were looking at Health Resources Hub videos. Were these for the new and updated study design from 2025 to 2029 or the old course? So I'll just point out a few features that will help you to be sure that when you're watching one of our videos, they're for the current course. So you see here on the cover page, we've obviously got this big, bubble here letting you know that this video is for the 2025 to 2029 study design. You'll also see in the previous videos for the old study design, I was always wearing a black t-shirt, but you can see now I'm wearing red. And so any videos where I'm wearing this red shirt will be for the new HHD course. You'll also notice on our front pages here, they've got a bit of a new look, and you'll see that there's also a bubble here indicating in green whether or not the video is relevant for either Unit 1, Unit 2, or Unit 3, or Unit 4, or both. So you'll see this video that we're looking at today for the concept of health and wellbeing is relevant for both Unit 1 and Unit 3. So this will make it easier for students when they're looking at our videos to know whether or not it's focused on Unit 1, 2, or Year 11, or Unit 3, 4, Year 12. And so we'll be producing a whole range of videos that'll be relevant for both Unit 1, 2, and Unit 3, 4. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe with the button in the bottom corner of the video there so you get alerts to all of our new videos that will be coming out over the coming months and year. So this video today is looking at the concept of health and well-being. You'll see there's also a lot of other ways that you can engage with the Health Resources Hub. We've got lots of opportunities for students and also teachers. So you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and also our Facebook page. And we've also got our email there if you'd like to get in touch with us. Okay, so let's dive into the video today. So health and wellbeing obviously is a really key part of VC health and human development. So it's good to start off with just a bit of a description of, well, what is health and wellbeing? And so you can see that it relates to a person's physical, social, emotional, mental, and spiritual existence. And if you've had a bit of a read, or you've already completed Unit 1 and 2 HHD, you'll hopefully recognize that physical, social, emotional, mental, and spiritual is a reference to the dimensions, the 5 dimensions of health and wellbeing. And so we'll be doing future videos going to those in more detail soon. So it also mentions that health and wellbeing is characterized by an equilibrium which the individual feels happy, healthy, capable, and engaged. So that's a good description for what health and wellbeing is. Now, you'll notice underneath there's some smart art that shows you that the idea or the concept of health and wellbeing is broken down, into those 5 dimensions and that equilibrium. So you might have seen, I guess, in social media or other parts of the community environment that often people might just talk about health or they might talk about well-being as sort of separate concepts. In VC Health and Human Development, the concept of health and well-being is one single concept. So you're very unlikely, to ever be asked just what is well-being, on its own as a single concept. It's always considered with health. So we refer to physical health and well-being, social health and well-being. We don't just refer to them separately as, say, social well-being and then social health and well-being. So you can be confident, in knowing that health and well-being is a single concept in this course. So as I mentioned previously, there are 5 dimensions of health and well-being. And so these 5 dimensions contribute to overall health and well-being. And you can see in that diagram there and that second sentence that they all influence one another. And so when you perhaps have high levels in one particular dimension, say the physical dimension of health and well-being, that then can also promote, say, your social dimension of health and wellbeing or your mental dimension of health and wellbeing, and vice versa. So they all have an impact on one another, and we'll be doing a future video looking at the relationships between the dimensions of health and wellbeing. So that's something to look out for as well. You can see there is also a tip in that blue bubble there that says if a question refers to health and well-being as part of the question, then your answer should be linking to one or more of the dimensions, okay, as part of your response. And we'll look at a sample question in a moment to demonstrate that. So I always say to my students that this is one of the concepts that, even though it might seem relatively straightforward and simple, you really need to get your head around it and be across these 5 dimensions and be across health and well-being, because it continues to come up across all of Unit 1 and 2 and all of Unit 3 and 4. And there's endless amounts of questions that will ask how something might impact on health and well-being. And so make sure that you get on top of it early in Year 11 or early in Year 12 to make sure that you're really sort of comfortable when it comes to answering these types of questions. So here's an example of a sample question and a sample answer so you can understand what I'm talking about. So the question there says, how may joining a school chess club promote health and well-being? So you can obviously see that reference there to health and well-being as part of the question. And so that indicates that as part of your answer, you should not just be referring generally to health and well-being, but to a specific dimension. And as I said, we'll do a future video going into the details of the different dimensions. But you can see there the sample answer says, by joining a chess club, an individual may meet new people, that they become their friends, and this can contribute to the development and maintenance of new social relationships, promoting social health and well-being. So it's given an example of how the chess club could lead to meeting new people, and then specifically linking into an example of social health and well-being, which is relationships. And as I said, we'll go through different examples of those soon. But you can see there, that's what I mean by looking out for health and well-being in a question, and then making sure as part of your answer, you're referring to at least one specific dimension. And depending on how many marks the question is worth, okay, that indicates how much detail you should go into in your answer, and we'll talk about that in future videos as well. So you can see down the bottom of the slide there that we do have a free student newsletter. So if you're a Unit 3 and 4 student, you can head to our website, vcehealth.net.au, and sign up. There's a registration link there for our free student newsletter. We'll be sending out SAC resources and advice all throughout the year in 2025, and we've already sent out our first email at the end of 2024 here. So if you register for free there, you can get access to those. So just head over to our website. Okay, so hopefully you found that video useful. If you are a Unit 3 and 4 student for 2025, we do have a revision questions book available. It's available across 2025 to 2029, and it's filled with practice questions to help you to prepare for your SACs and then of your exams. So I've worked with ACE to produce that resource, so you can see that there. If you head to book.acevce.com, you can get a copy of that. It'll get posted out to you. And you can also head to our website, vcehealth.net.au, where there's a lot more opportunities for teachers and students, and they will continue to come up throughout the year. So make sure you check that out regularly. And as I said, follow also our social media, accounts to get more, alerts to some of those opportunities. Thanks so much.